Relations company that backed the UK remaining in the European Union has released a report alleging that Russian media influenced the outcome of the Brexit vote. The PR firm claims over £4 million was spent on influencing the 2016 referendum, adding that RT and Russian media outlet Sputnik had a wider reach than the biggest Leave campaigns combined on Twitter. It also alleges so-called Russian bots had almost a third of the reach as accounts promoting Brexit on social media. And it's not just Russian media that's coming under scrutiny. US billionaire George Soros has been accused of meddling in British politics too. He's given his backing to a campaign called The Best for Britain. It's received around £400,000 in the hope of drumming up support for a second referendum on the UK's status in the EU. And Soros himself has vowed to continue to fight against Britain's divorce from the bloc.
Proud supporter of Best for Britain, a group that wants Britain to remain a member of the European Union. I consider Brexit a tragic mistake.
OK, for more in the story, we can bring in Ray Finch. Ray is an MEP for the UK Independence Party. Ray, welcome to the programme. How do you see this? Is George Soros essentially meddling in British politics?
Of course he is. This is what we've heard all the way through the referendum and through the US election. We've had foreign forces interfering with the democratic process. What is Mr. Soros if not this? Why is this man interfering in my country and my democracy? If he wants to be a part of our democracy, he should pay taxes in our country and stand for election in our country, none of which he's doing. We are not a rich man's plaything. The British people made a decision to leave the European Union, and the words "but out" are not the two words I'd use to him.
Right. There's a lot of figures being talked about here. Put it into some context. Translate it first, because the £400,000, what kind of an impact could that have? We know that the Leave campaign's budget, I'm reading here, was an estimated £6.8 million. Another £100,000 has been pledged by Soros. What does that mean?
Well, it's just the start. I was on the media last week and someone asked me about the 400 and I said, that is just the start. These people will do whatever it takes to try and pervert our democracy, and we must not let them. The fact is, the British media is overwhelmingly pro-Remain, and they will give him hundreds of thousands of pounds, millions of pounds worth of free publicity. So this money, it's a lot to me and you, but in the grand scheme of things, he's actually just starting it, and actually the publicity he's gained from
could he be stopped here, or could he just continue to put in money into this campaign as much as he wants to do?
Well, this is a very interesting subject. I would say not. I would say not. He's not a British national. He doesn't pay any tax to our country. In fact, as far as I can tell, he pays very little tax anywhere. And yet he's always saying we should pay more tax. Mr. Soros is a dangerous man who interferes just because he can, because he's a very, very rich man and he thinks he knows better than the ordinary person in the street in Liverpool or Portsmouth or Newcastle. He should go away.
How likely is another Brexit referendum? Could it really happen if movements like the one George Soros is backing gain momentum with cash and actually public sympathy?
Well, it's not public sympathy, it's sympathy for the elite who run our media. They can try it, and most of the Conservative cabinets were actually Remainers anyway. But I tell you what, if there is another referendum, they will be beaten even more severely than they were last time, because the British people won't stand for it. These people should go away. We've made our decision, Britain is leaving, and they should shut up. And I'm being extraordinarily polite about it there.
And we do appreciate that you are. Ray Finch, MEP for the UK Independence Party. Ray, always good to have you in the programme. Thank you.